Hello, guitar players. This episode we're gonna take a look at Johnny B. Goode's Johnny B. Goode's at Chuck Berry's Johnny B. Goode. I'm gonna start by playing the parts slowly, maybe doing a close-up on what I'm doing, and I'll give you the tabs for that too. Then we can talk a little bit about his sound, like what he's doing with his hands and the way he plays. Chuck Berry. And then we're gonna talk a little bit about the gear and the tone that he gets, and kind of how to sound a little bit like that. So let's get started. First thing that I want to show you is the rhythm part, because the whole song is based on that form. It's going to be 4 bars on B flat, 2 bars on E flat, 2 bars on B flat, 2 bars on F, and 2 bars on B flat. And the rhythm goes, you're gonna have a power chord and you're gonna alternate the 5th of the chord and the major 6 with this rhythm. The whole thing sounds like this. The fills, I'm not gonna spend too much on them. I think you can figure them out just by listening to the song. But basically, the first one is gonna go like this, and then the last time you play it, you just play that. The second one, he's gonna play, and for the last one, you play. The last one goes, and for the last time you play. That's basically it. Right, so now you know the notes, you learn the song. There's some things that you might want to keep in mind when you're playing these. First one, most of what Chuck Berry plays is downstrokes, but it's not, you cannot think downstrokes like you would think, Metallica downstrokes, where it's very mechanical and steady, and it's a little bit more loose, but it's still, everything's being played downstrokes. So working having kind of a loose technique to get that sound. Other thing that I want to talk about is when he does this. Sometimes he plays just that one note. Sometimes he plays the first and the second string. But I don't think he's thinking about it. He's not purposely playing one or two. I think I'm not saying making a mistake, but it's just part of that loose technique that we just talked about. So don't be afraid of hitting those two strings. I don't know, it's just gives it a little bit more attitude. Chuck Berry started playing on a Gibson ES350 with P90s, at least at the beginning of his career. And then later on, he moved to Gibson's 335, 345s, and 355s, all of them in the red finish that we're used to see him playing. And he used Fender amps, usually a Fender Twin. The way he gets his sound, and just before I go on, many of us don't realize how important his tone, not just his playing, that's pretty obvious, but his tone was very important. Just to give you kind of a silly story, an idea of it, there's an interview of Eric Johnson playing, showing his gear and what he's using, and Eric Johnson uses one lead sound and two rhythm sounds. One of the rhythm sounds is it's a clean one, and the other one is a dirty tone. And he says, yeah, well, I have my dirty rhythm sound set as a kind of a Keith Richards sound, and he plays. And then if you watch the Hell Rock and Roll, the Chuck Berry's documentary, Keith Richards is talking about Chuck Berry's tone and how influential that was for him. So if you imagine a family tree of guitar sounds, Chuck Berry would be at the very bottom, and then everybody that came after him was somehow influenced by him. So anyhow, silly story. So the way he got his sound was by just turning the amp really loud, and that would make the tubes work really hard and start to clip a little bit. And then the combination between that and the semi-hollow body guitars that he used was what gave him most of his tone. I don't have a Gibson with me today, but I have this Ibanez Hardcore and a Fender Hot Rod instead of a Fender Twin. I'm running straight into my amp, and I just have the cabinet mic'd on inside a closet, and yeah, that's basically all you need. It's pretty simple. However, a tip that I can give you is, if you are playing in a club where you can't turn your amp too much because everybody will go deaf, then what you can do is use your clean channel and then use an overdrive pedal with a little bit of drive, just a bit, and that should get you close. It's not gonna be the same because you're not gonna get the compression from the tubes and everything, but it's a way around it if you are playing in a place where you can't just have a ton of volume. Alright, so I guess this is pretty much it. Compared to like last lesson, which was on Tom Morello, this is a very basic setup. It's a guitar going into an amp. So you have to, but at the same time, that means you have to work on your hands and not just on the gadgets to get the sound that to emulate, I guess, Chuck Berry's sound. But yeah, this is it. I hope once again it was helpful. You should please go and check out the first video, which is the performance, if you haven't. Then you have this one to learn the song, and once again I'll post the backing track that I used right after I post this video. So you guys take care, have fun, keep playing, and I'll see you on the next video.